welcome to F1 Sports. Please like and subscribe. And today I'm going to be talking about the college football playoffs, and one of the bowl games that I watched. So first, when the day started on January 1st, the Cheetah Bowl came on at 12. It was Iowa and Tennessee. And only, and I like the name, which is what made me interested in it. But I thought this would be a pretty decent game. But no, constant three and outs for Iowa, and Iowa has a really good defense, but the offense is just struggled all season. Both teams they started. Both teams had three and outs, few punts in the first quarter. Iowa got down to the goal line at one point, and it was third and goal, but the quarterback threw an interception. And towards the end of the first, Tennessee, they finally started moving the ball downfield, and they would get a touchdown in the second quarter. And then, the quarterback Tennessee had, he's a great runner. His first name is Nico. I forgot his last name, but he had a long last name, so if I did remember, I wouldn't try to pronounce it. But he really had Tennessee going, got them up 14-0 by halftime. They extended the lead throughout the game. After the first quarter, Tennessee turned it on. They played great. Iowa, they would lose 35-0, and Iowa finished the season 10-4. Tennessee finished 9-4. Tennessee played a great game, great showing. After the first quarter, like I said, everything got going. They showed out. Iowa couldn't do anything. The defense tried to do what they could in the first quarter, in the first half, holding them to 14 points. But the defense got tired because the offense wasn't doing anything, leaving the defense to do the majority of the work. Now I'm getting into the college football playoffs. Had the Rose Bowl first with Michigan and Alabama. This was a good game, a good defensive game. Had a few punts, had a few three and outs. Neither team's O-line looked great this game, and that's the product of both of these teams playing great defense. After the first quarter, it was knotted up 7-7. Then going into halftime, Michigan was up 13-10. It was a good defensive battle throughout the whole game. Jalen Miro, he did what he could, but in the fourth quarter, he had a costly fumble, and when he was trying to scramble, and Michigan had recovered it. But the game was 20-13 in the fourth. Michigan was down, and Michigan was able to tie it with 1:34 left. And then it was 20-20 going into overtime. And Blake Corum for Michigan, he had a good game. He was able to get a 17-yard rushing touchdown in overtime to give them a 27-20 lead. Then Alabama would get the ball, and they had a chance to score. But it's fourth and goal, and Nick Saban decides to call a QB draw on the last play of the game that decided their season. And it was from like the 4 or 5 yard line, and it got nowhere. And so Michigan will win, and now they're headed to the national championship. Then the second playoff game, you got the Sugar Bowl between Washington and Texas. And Texas didn't do anything on the first drive, but after that, yes. And if y'all heard something fall, that was my Bible that fell. But like I was saying, Texas, Washington, the first half, it was a shootout. It was tied 21-21 by halftime, and Texas, they had just marched down the field for a 10-play, 72-yard drive in 1 minute and 10 seconds for it to be tied by halftime. And then the second half is where it gets interesting. Washington would take the lead 28-21 in the third quarter, and Michael Penix, he played a great game. Then Texas will have the ball, but they fumbled it, and Washington will recover. It only led to a field goal, and they'll go up 31-21. And Michael Penix, he was killing Texas with his design runs all game. The double was really hurting them. Then in the fourth, Washington made a field goal to go up 34-21. Texas had a crucial fumble, and Washington recovered it. And Washington, they tried to get it fancy, running trick plays and stuff, and that was a field made Texas defense step up, because they were stopping them from getting touchdowns, but they were still in range to get field goals. Once they tried doing the trickery, that's when their defense really stepped up. And then Adonde Mitchell for Texas, he had a great catch and for a touchdown to cut the lead to 28-34. In Washington, they went back down, got a field goal to make it 37-28. Then Texas will march down the field but then they were at a 4th and goal, so they decided to kick the field goal, make it 37-31, try the onside kick. They did that. The onside kick wasn't successful, but they were able to stop Washington from getting the first down. So they got the ball back, and it was a kick-catch interference, which gave them 15 extra yards. And they were able to get the ball into the red zone. But during the last few plays, the Washington defense stepped up, and 1 second left, incomplete pass for Texas, and Washington is headed to the national championship next week against Michigan. That should be a really good game. I don't know who will win that one, but I'm excited to watch them two play next week. And I'll be giving a recap, probably react to highlights of it next week. But that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe.